about farais, about the other different things.
Good, mashallah. That was actually something that was discussed yesterday. Okay, we get started inshallah, and then we come back to that too. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Wa ba'd. قال الله تعالى إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. صدق الله العظيم. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity in life to have Iman in our hearts and for us to have a desire to come to the Masjid and pray Salah. It's the reason why many of you are here. It's the reason why I'm here. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept and to keep us steadfast with our prayers in the Masjid ma'al jama'ah as regularly as possible. Say Ameen, my brothers. We all want this dua, right? We all want to make our life structured within a way where we can pray in the Masjid the most salah that we can. For some that may be 5, very fortunate. For some, they may be working, or they have some other commitment during the night or early morning, and they're not able to make it for either one of the salah. Sometimes it's Salaat al-Fajr, for others it's Salaat al-Dhuhr, for others it may be Asr, for some they are starting work now, they will miss Salaat al-Maghrib, and for others they don't have the opportunity for Salaat al-Isha. And every prayer has its own special gifts that it gives within the day. So Salaat al-Fajr has a special gift. We discover them inshallah. Salaat al-Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Everyone have their own unique ones. What they give to you within the day. How we stop. What's our mindset. And also we have the general benefits of Salah. And that's what I want to start off with today. We're going to be speaking about this topic, and I'm very passionate about Salah, and I hope we all are, we should be. It should be a major part of our life. When somebody asks you, funny little story. So I met somebody for the first time, and I said, Gulfraz. The person mentioned their name. I said, what do you do in life? Do people normally ask this question? Maybe not. Because I think the person was a little bit surprised. So I said, I'm a footballer. So I said, okay, maybe I'm lucky to be a footballer today because they are, so many of the world's population or this country's young children, they all want to be footballers. But I haven't seen one who's actually become a footballer. So I said, you're a footballer, that's what I thought within my mind. So what team you play for? And he said, oh no, don't play for any team. I said, what type of footballer are you? You don't play for no team. So he said, no, but I'm studying. And I said, what do you study? He said, they study law. I said, how many years it's been? He said, this is my 3rd or 4th year, I can't remember what it was. So I said, I'm really busy with that. I said, I'm failing to comprehend this. Like you're a footballer, you play football, that's your job, that's what I'm thinking. But you're studying, like you must be, when you sleep, when you rest, when you live. So then he told me, he said, no, I only play football for 1 hour in the week with my friends. So I said, that means you're not a footballer, you just play for fun. So I said, yeah, that's true. I'm a student, really. So it got me thinking, with how do we regard ourselves? What are we doing most within our life that shapes the people who we are? And for us Muslims, one of the first things that should come to our mind is Salah is a major part of me. I'm a Musalli. I'm someone who keeps up with my prayers. And that's a 5-time commitment every single day of your life. And when you can make such a commitment, you can also try to make that claim and live up to it. I'm a Musalli. So what does it mean to be a Musalli? Why do we come for prayer? I want to ask you brothers who are here. And then there's something that I want to say. We all come for prayer, right? Yeah, mashallah, you're all here for Salaat al-Asr. And for many of the other salawat, we're going to be here. Why do we come? What benefits do we take from our salah? What do we feel through prayer? I want to hear you guys first, and then I'm going to mention some other things to think about, inshallah, too.
You feel in rahmah.
Sorry?
You feel in rahmah.
You feel in rahmah. You feel the mercy of Allah. True. One at a time, inshallah. I'm going to come to you next. So this brother mentioned, Brother Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
Brother Muhammad, I'm going to learn all of your names, inshallah. You come to more classes, I'm going to learn your names, inshallah. We can all have special du'as for each other with name. You guys take my name and make du'a or not? Nobody. SubhanAllah. You do? What's my name?
I make dua for the Taj.
No, I said you make du'a with name. This is a
Name.
special one. You take the name of the person you make du'a
Yes,
for.
I do.
Then they become special.
I did.
Jazakumullah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you the same. And the angels will make du'a for such a person. But that's one of the reasons why I would like to learn your names and hope you can remember my name as well. Gulfraz. So Brother Muhammad mentioned that in Salah we feel mercy. Do you understand what that means, brothers? How the rahmah of Allah is upon us when we're in Salah. Allah to take you from whatever you could have been doing. You could have been sleeping, you could have been tired, you could have been tied up somewhere. You could have been stuck in traffic outside, apart from London is. Right? You could have been, whatever the situation may have been, it might have been raining outside, or sometimes it's too hot. SubhanAllah. That's the latest one. It's too hot here. You wait the whole year, and just because a few flies come, you say it's too hot. Too many flies, too many mosquitoes, too many things flying about. I'm going to sleep at night. SubhanAllah. So khair, the mercy of Allah, it takes us away from all of these issues regarding the weather, your own personal life, commitments, distractions, shaitan's traps. Shaitan has a lot of traps for people who want to pray salah. Allah. Shaitan doesn't want you to come to pray salah. He lays out traps. Many of them. For some people, he lays out traps where they delay the salah. For some, he has lifetime pass. He says, this person, I don't need to bother with them. They will never pray. I don't need to work with them. Shaitan will work with those who are doing the ibadah of Allah, who are praying. He sets up more traps. Just like the true believer who is praying 5 times salah, they are doing the adhkar, the dua, they are, with each thing that they are doing, they are layering themselves. More protection against shaitan. 1 salah, 2, 3, the more, it's stronger shield of iman and taqwa. Shaitan finds it hard. But he tries. His efforts are going to be more. Because he knows that person prays 5 times salah. where do I start with him or her? Where I'm going to start is maybe way away from Salah. Maybe let me make him say something wrong. So you may be driving, pray 5 times Salah. You're driving, and then someone pulls out, hey, and you say something bad. Shaitan feels happy, I got him somewhere. Now he plays with that thought. Many traps are set up thereafter. Puts in the thought, hey, you just pray Salah in the Masjid, you just swore. No need to go to the Masjid again. It won't be that quick, by the way, but he has steps, he has stations, he has traps. The fact that Allah has saved us from a lot of the traps, and still there are traps that are set up. Because in Salah, sometimes people that have the tawfiq from Allah, they're away from all of these tests and trials, they're in the Masjid, or they are performing the Salah wherever they are. It's a priority in their life. And when they are praying the Salah, Shaitan still doesn't leave you. He gives you thoughts. He makes you think about your children, your spouse, your parents. He makes you think about memories or what's going to happen after Salah. Mind that wanders. You need to know how to drag it back. So one of the reasons why we're starting this topic is that our Salah, inshaAllah, becomes more fruitful, becomes more meaningful. We're concentrating more in Salah, we're appreciating what we're doing in Salah, we're taking out this time for it to be the most important thing, but what are we taking from Salah? So with this intention, we want to touch on a few things inshaAllah, and I hope you brothers can also participate and benefit, put into practice, which is the main thing. You want to listen to something and live by it. And we're going to live it inshaAllah, and you will see the concentration level, the devotion, the khushu', the khudu', the hudur, us being present-minded, us thinking about what we are doing, inshaAllah will increase, that level will increase. Goes up and down. And if we can do this here, you feel good about what you are doing. And we should, we do most of the time, but more so inshaAllah. You will see an effect in your life and my life. So yes, brother, so you mentioned that what else from Salah? So we're feeling the rahmah, yeah? And that is the rahmah of Allah. And part of the rahmah of Allah is that our soul, our heart, connects back to its Creator, from where it came from. Inna lillah, we belong to Allah. It's Allah who has given us this life. No one can make this, no one can produce this, no one can extend it, no one can shorten this without the permission of Allah. Allah has given all of this life to us. We are from Allah, and we are returning back to Allah. So when we're in Salah, there is a connection, sila, connection between an abd, servant, and that's who we are. But we're servants of the greatest, Allah. Allah, Rabbul Alameen, Allah, Rahman, Allah, Rahim, Allah, Khaliq. This is our Allah. Allah is most merciful. Every mercy that we have within our life, back to Allah. Allah is the giver of that. Allah is the sustainer of the universes. Allah caters for every single one of you and I, every human being, every animal, every tree, with the permission of Allah, subhanallah. This is the azma of Allah. This is how great Allah is. This is the Allah that we connect to. This is our Allah, huwa mawlana. Allah is our master. We're all slaves. Nobody is better than the other person because of how you look, or what you work as, or what your background is, or what color your skin is, or what knowledge you have, or whatever other things that people are proud about and they think, I'm better than you. No one knows but Allah. How are you in the court of Allah? We're all slaves. And we will return back to Allah as slaves. Single, slave. Some people, they feel they have a boasting nature when it comes to their family, what tribe they're from. I've got 20 brothers and sisters. Yeah. If anything happens, yes. People with me, my family. No, you came to the world alone. You return back to Allah alone. In this world, yes, maybe some family, friends, followers, subscribers, whatever. Limited time. Limited. Very limited. But when we last with Allah, that's one of the mercies of Allah. That's Salaat. Subhanallah. Salaat. You will feel the rahmah of Allah when you are praying. After Salaat, you will feel the rahmah. Every time we think about Salaat, we feel rahmah. Until our heart wants to go back into sujood, into Salaat, into speaking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And after our death is when we truly see the benefit of Salah. The full reward. These are just some of the rewards. In this life, the short life that will finish very soon, we'll get to see the amal, the reward of Salah, of your iman, of you fighting against the devil, of you trying to do the best by Allah, first and foremost. So these are some of the mercies from Salah. What else do we get from Salah? Sorry, brother, keep. Yes.
Al Fahsha,
Yes.
and also the word closer to Allah, and Yawm Qiyamah, Yawm Mahshar. The first question is about the Salah.
The first question will be about Salah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that through Salah we can stop bad habits. Loose translation. Bad habits that we have, every person has something, and you know what it is for you. And I know my weaknesses, and each person knows their weaknesses. Every man, every woman, they know what they could do better. They know how they can do the ones of Allah in a better way, in a more sincere way. So when we do this, it's a goal. Through Salah, something that Allah tells us that those bad habits you're able, you will hold them, you will prevent you from them. Because you're fulfilling a command of Allah. And through Salah, the mercy of Allah is with you. You are under the care of Allah. The angels are praying for you from one Salah to the next Salah. Allahu Akbar. Sometimes that one Salah to the next Salah, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that from one year to the next year, Ramadan to Ramadan, and from week to week, and also from Salah to Salah, some of the ulama are saying that when a person they pray the Salah, it becomes a means of mercy for them. Sometimes the sins are forgiven. Although there are certain sins that we have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us through repentance. through salah we're able to control sins to some degree. Or the verse is that salah, inna salat kana, or inna salat tanha an al-fahsha'i wal munkar. It will prevent you. Salah will prevent you against evil, fahsha wal munkar. What else does salah help us do? Or what else do we feel when we are praying?
Shukr.
We are grateful to Allah. Gratitude. How many people practice gratitude? Yeah.
Submit ourselves to Allah.
Sorry?
Submit ourselves to Allah and make sujood. Only that.
Yeah.
To Allah, this is nothing else.
So,
And we are feeling very weak to Allah and ask Allah to help and rahmah, maghfirah.
Jazakumullah. The brothers mentioned just to repeat it for those of you who can't hear. I missed it. Allah, we show our humility before Allah through sujood, through devotion, through submitting and fulfilling His command. So one thing is that salah, yes, it's a command we perform, no question. But we also feel the benefits of it. And sometimes we could think, we may have grown up with thinking, you have to pray. Don't have my choice. Why am I praying? What am I doing? Don't really know, just need to do it. Which any command of Allah, Sami'na wa ata'na, we hear and we obey. No question. But we feel the benefit. We should know what we're getting from salah. And there are so many benefits. And what we are thinking when we're coming to salah. So, sorry, what are you saying? Gratitude, right? When we are saying Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, this is gratitude. Gratitude is in the mind and in the heart and within us. We don't feel like, why are things going wrong for me? Why aren't things turning out the way that I would like them to be? I wanted that job. I wanted that relationship. I wanted that child. I wanted things to be different. Why is that happening? Or you can shift that. You don't need to think about that. Think about Alhamdulillah. Allah, all praise and gratitude to you, Allah. For what? Endlessly. What am I grateful to Allah for? Endless. Every blessing of Allah. For outside, nice and cool here. Go outside, Alhamdulillah. You like to eat something, shop, money, safety, whatever you think of. Want to play, many sports play. Want to educate yourself, best university. Look at yourself, your health, the wealth that Allah has given you, your friends, your family, Masjid, Allah, Rasul. These are all things that we are grateful for, big things. And then the smallest of things as well. I remember Haji said just a few months ago, you couldn't come to the Masjid. And I saw it within his face. He's missing the Masjid. Now coming freely to the Masjid, Alhamdulillah. Many of us, Masjid was closed. We come back to the Masjid. Blessing of Allah. Allah. So these are all blessings of Allah that we shift our mind from thinking, what's not going right, what's negative, to thinking what's right. Why am I just focusing on a few things that aren't right at this moment? And maybe they are, but I just can't see it. But what, for the multiple things of Allah, or from the blessings of Allah, they are straight. I'm so blessed. So gratitude. We don't just say these things, but we feel that in our prayer. So after prayer, question yourself and ask one of these questions. Did I think of the blessings of Allah in my life? Or did I just come to Salah and I'm left and not changed? I didn't even know effect. Some gratitude. Is there any other comments before we finish up for today, inshallah? Last few moments. We're going to continue with this regarding Salah, yes, brother.
I personally say it's the love of Allah, because it's the fact that we see so much blessings, so much opportunity, and it's just a command that many people do not really like to forget.
Yeah.
Because personally, I went through a period of time when I was considered ex-Muslim, but I gave up everything in pursuit of worldly things. And I say to me, it was through the power of Allah put me the right people in the right circumstances. They showed me it's all for me through Him that I am so blessed. And it's the love to be able to come from me, because I personally consider myself a sinner, to come back and to be opened up to such a faith, such a loving God that's merciful to forgive me for all the things I've done. And that's His love.
Thank you for sharing, brother. SubhanAllah. That's the mercy of Allah. Part of the mercy is an aspect of love. Allah loves to forgive. Who is not a sinner? We all sin. We are all in hope of the mercy of Allah. And only the mercy of Allah can save us. But in Salah, you get that opportunity. You're knocking on the door of mercy. You're knocking on the door of Allah's love. Closeness to Allah. You're conversing with Allah. Yes.
Can we say, the mercy and love, if you put in the package, we can, through Salah, we can fulfill our needs. If we need love of Allah, if we need the mercy of Allah, whatever we need, through Salah we can get it.
Yes. What we're looking for, we seek the help of Allah through Salah. And obviously, feeling cared for is part of love. You have someone to care for you. And that's why the mother loves the child. The parent loves the child because they care for them. They're worried about their food. They're worried about their safety, their development. They want the best, and they have that care. They have that love that's motivated through care, mercy of Allah. Likewise, the human, with every person we need it. With such creation of Allah. But nothing can really fulfill that except Allah. And this is where many people make a mistake by thinking, that person will give me the love that I need. Sometimes it's a friend, maybe a parent, a sibling, a spouse, whatever the relationship is, but it's a person. That person, how can they love you when they don't even know how to love themselves? They don't even love themselves, they don't know how to. And you think that they will give you love and fulfill what you need. Only Allah can do that, and that's true love. And Allah will never disappoint. Part of the love of Allah is that when we seek the forgiveness truly, and Allah knows and you know, when we make that turn in life and stop whatever it may be, that was a disobedience of Allah. And sometimes that is just a missing salah. That may be it. Maybe something far worse. Whatever it is. Turn back to Allah. Allah is ready to forgive. Allah is waiting for us to ask for forgiveness. So in Salah, also we ask for forgiveness. Can anybody tell me when we ask for forgiveness in Salah? Sujood we can, but what is the part of the Salah that we ask for forgiveness?
سمع الله لمن حمده ربي اغفر لي
Between the two sujood? Yeah, we can do that.
and after before the salam.
Yeah, so there's a dua, right? There's a masnoon dua, the sunnah dua. Before we finish the salah, we sit down, right? And then we say the dua, at-tahiyyatu lillah, then salah ala nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then at the end we say, Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi wa lam yaghfir ولا يغفر الذنوب فاغفر لي مغفرة من عندك. This is the dua. We'll go through them, inshallah. The general meaning, or one of the points to highlight, I've done wrong. I've oppressed myself. Allah. If it isn't for the mercy of Allah and your forgiveness, we seek the forgiveness of Allah. Special mercy from you, Allah. Special forgiveness. You are the most forgiving, most kind. So this is the Allah that we turn to. That's one of the aspects in Salah. We've got a few questions to ask ourselves for today and the next time we perform Salah. At the end, what was the first question that we asked? Before I just tell you why we ask ourselves the question. Why not? You guys don't remember?
The blessing.
Yeah. At the end of our prayer, we should ask ourselves a few questions. Did I fulfill that? Did I do that? Did I do this? One of the things I ask for us to think about is what I'm grateful. Yeah? Did I start thinking about the blessings of Allah? Because that's what I said. And if I'm still thinking what's wrong, then I haven't thought about my blessings. That's number one. Number two, what was the last point that we just made right now? Regarding Tawbah, Maghfirah, seeking the forgiveness of Allah. Do I feel bad about my sins? Have I made a change? That's another question that we ask ourselves. Did I feel that? Or did I just say it? Because if I didn't feel bad about my sins before my Allah, then I didn't really ask the way that I should have. You guys follow? Any questions before we finish up for today?
أنت بربي إنك أنت say that.
اللهم إني ظلمت نفسي ظلما كثيرا ولا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت
وبعد اللهم إني أسألك يا الله بأنك واحد الأحد الصمد.
Many Muslim dua, except here, not this one. Sometimes we have time to say many. Sometimes after Salah, we continue making dua. Yeah? So dua, we make dua, it should be a habit. Whenever we can, we make dua. Make dua for one another, make dua for yourselves, make dua for people who you haven't remembered in a long time when they come to your mind. Allah subhanallah, think of good moments and make dua for each other. We need dua, we need the mercy of Allah. Any other questions? So I hope that we have something to leave from today's session. And we are going to, Wednesday, this is going to be our discussion, just about Salah, about what you feel, about what you say, about how the mind is. something that you guys will come back to? Inshallah.
Sure.
I mean, I have one forward to your questions too. Yes, but
I have one question, and I'm probably jumping the gun. Probably discuss it in the coming weeks.
yeah,
You mentioned when you're standing in Salaat, sometimes you're kind of preoccupied with our problems, with what's happening next. So, how do you develop that khushu in Salaat?
yeah. So these are some of the tips. So for today's tips, that's what it's going to be. At least once throughout the salah,
Gratitude.
I should feel gratitude. Like what I'm saying, what I'm feeling, and what my mind is going through, all of that is in sync. Yeah? So it's not the fact that I'm saying, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, but I'm thinking, oh, I'm feeling hungry right now, I need to go get some food, or shopping, or going to Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, because there's no sync there, right?
Yeah.
So when it's together, then you feel that peace. And we'll work more with that, but that's one of the things. Yeah, there's many tips, inshallah, that we'll go through, but these are just a few that I want us to start off with. The slow steps, inshallah. Gratitude and also seeking forgiveness of Allah. Thank you very much for your questions. You're always welcome, your comments, your experiences, anything else you guys would like to add to this session. I'm more than happy to listen to you people. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for shorting our salah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to make us people who feel sweetness of Iman in the ibadah, especially in salah. We ask Allah to accept all of our prayers, that when we are praying, we're truly re-energizing with our spirit. It's like a petroleum station or spiritual station for us to re-energize our belief in Allah. Many of the things that happen through Salah, inshallah, but we'll continue next week with our second session about gems in our Salah, inshallah, in the spiritual angle. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us in the time we have given. Allah Azza wa Jalla make this a means of goodness, khair and barakah in our lives, and mention our name amongst the angels. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Light off? Yeah, light off. Inshallah.